Emily's home. That must mean it's a snow day. Though it really doesn't look like it.
Not complaining.
So right now I am heading down to Virginia because I have a real estate shoot, and it's through another PR firm that I work with that it's basically one of their consistent clients that I do videos for. So I can't exactly bring it along because it's not a contracted Lasser Media contract, or project. So with that said, let's get down to Virginia.
Is $1 that I can't.
I am so close to my destination, and I'm like running on empty. I think I'm gonna make it though. I'm only like 2 minutes away. Finally made it. On the way here, I was listening to this really awesome podcast, but I really need to run in and get to this shoot. So I'll tell you after. All right, so I just finished up on my shoot, and now I need to get gas because I don't exactly know how I made it this far. I just hope that my car turns on. We'll see. Success. All right, let's get gas, and then I'm gonna dive into the podcasts. When I've been listening to podcasts, I got into it really with Freakonomics radio with Stephen Dubner because I was reading Freakonomics books, and actually I got into that whole area of kind of putting economics terms, spinning it on its head with this book, Sportscasting, where basically it takes the same logic that Freakonomics does, where it takes real life situations, societal, things that we kind of take and believe for granted, and basically it kind of spins it on its head. It's like, is this really true? I.e., in sportscasting, there was this whole piece on, essentially, does it ever make sense to use a kicker? And really, spoiler alert, it doesn't. More often than not, or really always, it makes sense to go for it on fourth down, no matter the circumstance. And basically the whole logic, and like they break this down, and like they did like a bunch of theories or experiments and all that stuff. And basically the whole thing they broke down was this works, and they've presented this to a lot of people in the NFL, but it's too risky because the coaches would just get fired if it didn't work, and they're worried about the backlash. But anyway, so that's the whole idea of Freakonomics, and that idea of kind of spinning everything on its head. So after I got into podcasting, I'd listened to that for a while, and then I got into more recently How I Built This with Guy Raz, which is I didn't really think, I didn't think I don't like to necessarily think like an entrepreneur-esque. Like, I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker at all, but I think that some of the podcasts that I've gotten into are really useful as a small business owner and growing my business. And I think that How I Built This is one that really I enjoy because it's stories of successful people that have built, their companies, and it's their story. How did they get started? And a lot of it is, a lot of the consistent themes that you hear of how these people got there. They've had like the Southwest CEO, and they've had Richard Branson. They've had so many different people that have created businesses, and basically the consistent thing that or attribute that all these people have is basically they didn't stop at anything, and they risked a lot, and pretty much these are the people that got lucky. And I think that's a huge piece of this. But then I got more into more podcasts, watching Scott McKenna's videos on Facebook. He has a podcast, and I think that for anyone that is in a similar boat to where I am right now, where either you have your own business, your own small business, where you have a videography business, where it's smaller. Maybe you have an employee, maybe it's most likely you're freelancing, you're on your own. I would definitely recommend listening to Scott because he has some great insight on his process, how he's built it. He started his company just a few months before I officially started mine, and now he's at the point where he has 4 employees. He actually just expanded his company because now he has a wedding business and a corporate videography business. And then now I'm getting more into Gary Vaynerchuk, and a lot of his content, because his whole idea, and I think that I'm seeing it as I put it into practice, this idea of creating more and more content, because again, the more that you're out there, the more people see you, the more people recognize you, the more they're comfortable with you, and the more that you have content like, be it speeches or vlogs or whatever, then you have more content that you can distribute through the other platforms. And that's something I have not done as well yet. But I understand it, and I'm going to implement it. It's just something that I need to figure out and just do it. Honestly, I need to stop thinking about it and just do it. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I love listening to, I'd love to give you, I mean, there's other podcasts that I listen to. I'd love to, you know, give you some of my recommendations, but I think that it's such a valuable time when you're in the car. It's normally wasted on, you know, I used to just listen to music and just waste time. But I think that listening to podcasts, I feel like I'm productive and I'm learning and I'm, you know, growing. All right, let's get back to Baltimore.
Approach that we have to unveiling these Super Bowl ads, the teasers, understanding what's going to capture people's attention, what's going to create buzz. I think it becomes even...
I'm back, and right now I'm picking up Emily because we're about to go to Alsham. If you remember, Alsham is that's the Mediterranean place that I tried to go to with Jake and Danny, but then this happened. Jake, where are we going? Alsham! This is the most disappointing news. Alsham is not open, and I've been trying to go to Alsham for like 4 months. But now Emily and I are going. Are you excited?
We're going to Alsham!
Crossing our fingers that it's open. It's still been like 4.5 months and we haven't gone yet. It says it's open.
Only time will tell.
All right, let's go. So that's Alsham. It's not open.
We're very upset.
I don't understand. How does this place, like, it said it on Grubhub. It said like it was gonna open on Wednesday at 11:30.
I think it's closed for good.
All right,
Let's
so
go get some noodles.
yeah, where's me and you? Let's do a pit bird. So now we're going to a noodle bar. Me, you, me and you.
Me and you.
Me
It's
and
in
you, noodle bar.
225 feet.
Yeah, because like I thought, so I saw on Grubhub that it was like pre-order on Wednesday at 11:30. So I thought maybe when I went the other day that they just were gone on vacation for a little while, but maybe they're just closed forever. I'm never gonna be able to taste what was hyped as the greatest Mediterranean place of all time, this side of the harbor. All right, get some noodles.
Let's get some nudes.
Almost lost it. What? Thank you very much. It's lunchtime.
Tea is tofu, right?
And that's it for today. Bye.